Hello everyone, this is Kathy Lean with BK Crypto Crusher. We've got your top 10 crypto charts for the week. We'll take a look at what the technicals tell us and whether we've got some interesting moves ahead. So starting with the behemoth Bitcoin, you can see we've been in consolidative mode in Bitcoin for the past few weeks, but you can also see that there's a very clear triangle forming in BTC. And this triangle basically tells us that a breakout is imminent, and it's just a matter of whether we're going to see new highs in Bitcoin or whether it's going to be the beginning of a bigger crash. Now, of course, a large part of this hinges upon market appetite in general. Given that stocks hit a record high on Friday, there's a very good chance, there's a much greater chance that Bitcoin is going to break to the upside than to the downside. If it breaks to the upside, then the focus will be the October high of 67,000. If it breaks to the downside, there's certainly some support at 58,000, which is the former resistance trend support. Closer, the support at 60,000, but that can be easily achieved. So we're in consolidative mode and waiting for a breakout. When it breaks out, it should be the beginning of the next leg in Bitcoin's future. Ethereum hit a fresh record high earlier this week at 4670. It's pulling back as well. The pullback in general is not a significant one. There's a trend line, that we've got in ETH, although, there's actually a closer trend line if you kind of draw past some of the breakdowns, really just the way you want to look at it. But overall, what this tells us is that short-term support has not been broken. The short-term channel, uptrend channel, also has not been broken in ETH. If we go to the shorter term charts, like the 4-hour chart, we drop below the 40 SMA, but we're trying to rise back above it. So for the time being, the ETH uptrend remains intact. Now, of course, it could still pull back down to 4,200 and still remain in an overall uptrend. But that may happen. We may pull back a bit more to 4,250, maybe towards these lows of this candle here at 4,290 before retesting those highs. Next up, let's look at Cardano. With Cardano, it doesn't look like ETH or BTC. It's been range trading in a very tight lower range, nowhere near all-time highs, and it's rallying a little bit. You kind of see a little bit of higher lows, which is encouraging, but I don't like the fact that we're still below the 20, 50, 100 moving averages. I think that right now the downtrend still remains intact. It could, possibly rise up to 206 or so, but we really need to get above 220 for any enthusiasm. If we get below this low here at 191, then we may go to the 200 SMA at 180. And then Ripple, with Ripple, it's pulling back. It's dropping. You got a reversal candle on Thursday. It's pulling back. It looks like it wants to come down to support at 1.10. Even though we have a upward cross in the SMAs of the 100 crossing up the 50, I think that we could see a pullback towards 1.10, at which point I think it will find support and maybe move a bit higher. Solana pulling back as well, but like ETH and BTC, they're still in uptrends. 220 is support, which is this high here as well as this high here. So if we draw a horizontal line here, this is where support is, and I think it's probably going to come down to test the 220 mark before making new highs again. Binance is a very nice uptrend, new highs in Binance, and in terms of where it could move, we've got actually it's not new highs, just new highs in the past few months. We've got resistance up at 637, so that's the level to watch in Binance, and support is going to be at the 20 SMA at 507, but I think it definitely looks like it wants to go to the upside. Litecoin pulling back a little bit, kind of looks like Ethereum. There's support at 195 or so, and there's a bit of a cup and handle formation here. If you follow, here's the cup, And here's the handle. So if it pulls back to 195, holds it, moves higher, we could see some more gains in LTC. So I don't think that we're at the end of the downtrend in LTC. I think that actually see more gains. Luna has a reversal pattern. Looks like it wants to come down to 45. Still uptrend remains intact. A bit of wave patterns upwards, but I do think it's at risk of a bit of a pullback. Polkadot looks like Luna that basically we've had 5 days of gains. It's pulling back. There's support at 45. Uptrend still remains intact. If we go to the shorter term, 4-hour chart still looks pretty good. So Polkadot still looks like the uptrend remains intact, although it could pull down to support at 47, which is this high over here, and these lows over here. That's where support is. So I do think it might pull down to 47 before heading higher. DOGE pulled back, finding support right at the 20 SMA. I'm bullish this. I think we could see a bit more strength. It's there's a lot of moving average support below DOGE, and I think we'll find some support here. Maybe head back towards the 28 cents area for DOGE. So that's our outlook for the top 10 crypto charts for the coming week. And check Crypto Crusher for the new trades. We caught some good ones this week. And feel free to email us at cryptocrusher@bkforex.com if you have any questions.